Hey guys, it is the King of Dogs here to share my predictions for the remaining characters in the Booster Course Pass. With the addition of Birdo in Wave 4, we now know that there are 5 more characters waiting to be released, and I want to share what I think these characters could be. So, before we start that, we need to look at which characters from Mario Kart are not yet in 8 Deluxe. And let's go through all the games to find those. Starting off, we have Super Mario Kart, which only has one character. Can you see him? It's Donkey Kong Jr. While yes, Donkey Kong himself is in, Donkey Kong Jr. is not. All the characters from Mario Kart 64 and Super Circuit are in the game, so we can skip those. But moving on to Double Dash, well, when Birdo was added, that took out one of 4 characters. The other 3 are Paratroopa, Diddy Kong, and Petey Piranha. Moving on to DS, only one character exists not in Mario Kart 8, and that is Rob. Mario Kart Wii, we have one character, or at least we have one character that was added in this game. While Birdo has just been added and Diddy Kong is not currently in Mario Kart 8, as I mentioned earlier, Diddy Kong is from Double Dash. So the only character in Mario Kart 8, or in Mario Kart Wii, the only character to have originated in Mario Kart Wii to not be in Mario Kart 8 is Funky Kong. Moving on to 7, we got 2 characters of note, Honey Queen and Wiggler. And finally, Mario Kart Tour has a bunch of characters. Peachette, Pauline, Hammer Bro, Monty Mole, Dixie Kong, Toad, Captain Toad, Nabbit, King Babom, Kamek, and Chargin' Chuck, and I probably missed a few. I mean, like, do the doctors count as separate characters? Because they have different emblems? I don't know. But with all the veteran racers spoken of, let's take a look at which ones will get a slot, because only 5 can get a slot. So, these characters have a 0% chance, in my opinion. And those are Peachette, Koopa Paratroopa, and Captain Toad. And the reason I think they can't get in, they will not get in, is because they're basically just alternate skins. Like, Peachette is technically a unique character, but she's basically just a Peach skin. Koopa Paratroopa is just a Koopa Troopa skin. Captain Toad is just a Toad skin. So these have a 0% chance of actually taking one of those slots. They could get in as a skin, though. Now for the characters with a slight, just absolutely tiny chance. We have Hammer Brother, Monty Mole, Dixie Kong, Nabbit, King Babom, Chargin' Chuck, and Donkey Kong Jr. Now, I think these characters have a very slim chance because, well, outside of Donkey Kong Jr., they're all from Tour and they're not really as clamored for as many other characters. However, any of them could still get in, which is more than I can say about Peachette, Koopa Paratroopa, and Captain Toad. Moving on, we got the low chance. And I got a couple races here. Wiggler, Honey Queen, and Rob. You may be thinking, none of these are in Tour. Why are they here? Well, for Wiggler and Honey Queen, both have a pretty strong amount of evidence pointing towards their inclusion in Tour, especially Honey Queen, who has an emblem and whatever in the game. As for Rob, Something bottom row is for crossover characters, and I don't know, they're probably not gonna add Rob, but there is a low chance. As for the moderate chance, another few characters here, Pauline and Kamek. These are both fan favorites despite only appearing in tour. Many people are already clamoring for them to get in. There were people clamoring for them to get in before the characters were announced to be included in the DLC. And honestly, I just think Kamek and Pauline are fairly likely. High chance, Funky Kong and Petey Piranha. These racers both have a track that would be associated with them based on a couple data mines and some actual tracks that are already in Mario Kart Tour. So Petey Piranha would probably come alongside Piranha Plant Cove, and Funky Kong would probably come alongside a rumored Donkey Kong track that will be coming to tour at some point. And finally, you might have noticed that one character has not been featured in this little section of the video. The absolutely guaranteed character, there is no way they will not include him, Diddy Kong. A Mario Kart 8 dev has literally apologized for not including Diddy Kong in the game. So I think Diddy Kong is basically guaranteed. No, not basically, just 100% absolutely guaranteed. So now let's take a look at our safe picks for the roster. Wave 2 will feature 2 characters, and Wave 5, will feature 2 characters, and Wave 6 will feature 3. And based on my chances for each character, you kind of assume what's going to end up happening. 5 characters that I believe are the safest bets, but not the absolute 100% this will be the case. But my 5 safest bets are also the top 5 most likely characters in my opinion. Diddy Kong, Petey Piranha, those 2 will be in Wave 5, meaning that the first half of the DLC characters would be from Double Dash. And then in Wave 6, you have Funky Kong, Kamek, going alongside the Koopalings, and Pauline, which does not fit with the crossover row at all. It would absolutely ruin the setup, but whatever. But now we go into the crazy roster, and I've decided to keep Diddy and Funky because, as I said, Diddy Kong is definitely getting in, and Funky Kong is a fan favorite that also would be a nice surprise at the same time. But the other 3 racers are Nabbit, Wiggler, and Rob. And Rob, as you can see, goes perfectly in that bottom row. Wiggler doesn't go as well with the Koopalings as Kamek, but I still think this is a decent selection. And it's still got a nice tour representative. Now, ideally, I wouldn't have two Double Dash reps in here, but Diddy Kong is basically guaranteed, and, But there is one other thing. The worst timeline. And in the worst timeline, we have Peachette, Koopa Paratroopa, Captain Toad, Honey Queen, and a brand new character, Silver Luigi. So, what are your thoughts on the DLC? What are your thoughts on my predictions? What are your predictions? And are you mad at me for not putting Chargin' Chuck in my safe picks? Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Am I missing anything? Alright. Farewell.